The high of 92. I'm meteorologist Jason Caterina on AM 560, The Answer.
Get the latest weather, traffic, and news updates online at 560theanswer.com. Now, from the Signature Bank Studios. Only the biggest stories, only the biggest guests, and only the biggest opinions. This is AM 560, The Answer.
AM 560, The Answer. Chris Crock in on Chicago's Morning Answer, filling in for Dan. He's back on Monday. 312-642-5600 is our number. This is pretty cool. I don't get to talk to a billionaire too often. Maybe I do, and I just don't know the billionaires out there, but I know I got one on the phone. Reid Rasner, which is pretty cool, founder and CEO of Omnivest Financial and owner of Rasner Media. Hello, sir. How are you? Welcome to The Answer.
Good morning. Thank you for having me. Glad to be here.
Thank you for coming on. So, I love your shiny, happy face on there in the picture, seeing you, and it's nice to see a happy billionaire. Some billionaires are not happy. And
it depends on the day, huh?
yeah, that's true. We got you at a good one on the picture there. But so you're interested in buying TikTok. You're in the process of trying to buy TikTok, if I'm not mistaken, and which is so cool. And reading articles about you, seeing you as from my view, a red-blooded American, a great man who has nothing but the best interests for your companies, for this country, etc. And I have always thought, one time out doing my lawn, listening to the news, Fox News or whatever, and I hear one of our former intelligence folks say that TikTok is a Chinese malware app. It makes me think about, did you see the Kingsman, I think it is, where they're like, they use the little phone thing and they hit it, and Samuel L. Jackson hits it, and then everybody starts, killing each other or whatever. It's not the same thing, but it's like it's a toxic thing that is designed to hurt us versus the TikTok in China. How do you feel about that before we get into your goals here on getting TikTok?
Well, the Chinese are definitely using it for nefarious purposes globally, not just against America, but globally. So protecting digital sovereignty, protecting your data, and truly protecting your children, because you don't know what is being shown to them and what's being put in front of their face 30 seconds at a time, 15 seconds at a time, these very short-form videos. No one under 18 will be on our app. They'll be on Kids Talk. That's going to be STEM focus, so science, technology, engineering, mathematics. When we take over this company, there's going to be some changes. It's going to be positive. Most importantly, you're going to control your data. Gone are the days of big tech owning your data and selling your data. If you say, Reid, you can use my data to improve my algorithm, we will. If you say opt out, then you opt out.
There you go.
You own and control your data. But if we monetize that data, most importantly, we're going to profit share in that with you. So if you say opt in and you say, yeah, use my data, and then also I'm going to allow you to monetize it, we're going to profit share all the way up. So you'll be making money off your data, which is revolutionary in the social media landscape.
Now, Reid, you, from my understanding, are one of several outfits that are trying, American outfits or American-based outfits that are trying to acquire TikTok. For example, Mr. Wonderful, Kevin O'Leary, last I heard he was still, I could be off, still trying to lead a group to buy TikTok. Is that accurate? And how many other folks are out there trying to do this? I mean, I got no. Well,
to my knowledge, there are three of us, maybe four. And I was just in a meeting again yesterday. I had to fly out and do that. So, Mr. Wonderful is, to my knowledge, not one of one, and he's Canadian.
Yes, Canadian. He is. I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
A boot.
A boot, yeah.
But, I mean, if you would like to join our venture and become part of it, maybe the door is always open. I haven't heard anything about Mr. Beast. I heard that he made an offer, but...
yeah, Mr. Beast, that's another one.
I can tell you at the negotiating table, there's only a few of us, and the names you said aren't there.
Mr. Beast is not there, nor is Mr. Wonderful. It's funny, Mr. This, Mr. That. Okay, so there's three of you. I got to ask you this, too, because what if, I mean, you're a very wise businessman. That's why you're a billionaire, I would assume. And why wouldn't this be like Twitter, where Musk, purchases Twitter, presumably, truthfully, in a very good way to save freedom of speech for our country? Why wouldn't this be like Twitter for you? And by the way, is ByteDance going to really sell you the algorithm that works so well for them? And I'll get on the Chi-Coms in a second, but go ahead.
So it's unlike Twitter because it's not publicly traded. It's not American owned. So this is unlike any business deal. And I still may not get it at the end of the day, and no one may get it at the end of the day. But we're trying. So China has to allow ByteDance to sell. If China says no, then there's no deal.
Right.
And on our end, President Trump has to say you're allowed to buy. And if President Trump says anyone but you is allowed to buy, then you're not going to buy it. So there's a lot of political things happening in a business transaction that shouldn't be happening. And that's what makes this unique and interesting and challenging all at the same time. As far as will the algorithm go with TikTok, our offer is the only offer saying it has to, because the last Congress passed legislation and the last administration signed it into law saying that there has to be a full divestiture of that algorithm from China or there is no deal. So to meet regulatory standards in America, you not only have to buy TikTok America, the American holding, but you also have to buy the full algorithm and they have to divest from it. So that's why our offer is $47.45 billion, $20 billion more than the next guy.
Nice.
I mean, we still may not get it, but we're still fighting hard. It's a very unique business deal. It's challenging, and I'll never back away from a good challenge. So we're going to keep fighting for it.
Okay, so, and by the way, Trump, you know how we all know that Trump's been signing up and kind of renewing the ability for TikTok to lawfully operate in America. It went dark for one day earlier this year. How long did he sign on to renew it this latest time? Is it going to expire where it'll go dark again because Trump says so in the order?
September 19th. September 19th is when the executive order expires. However, just this weekend he came out and he said there's a really great group of guys that are going to close this deal, and he's hoping in 2 weeks. So I spoke with the administration, I said we don't need more extensions. We just need to get the transaction done. And my idea and that I brought to the table was let's make one big, beautiful deal. And all of us, there's 3 or 4 of us at the table here, all of us come together and present one big, beautiful deal to President Trump, and then he to China, and let's get this done because we've ended our trade negotiations with China. It sounds like we're on some solid footing there. We've made some solid ground. So one big, beautiful deal with Rasner Media and a couple other the people at the table. And I think it's a big enough company and there's enough meat there that everyone can be very happy at the end of the day. And most importantly, the American people win at the end of the day, and we get to save TikTok for 170 plus million Americans currently on that app. And it affects my state, Wyoming, a great deal because there's over 6,000 small businesses, and we're a low population state, who use and rely on TikTok. So we're doing something great for America and Americans every single day. And our one big, beautiful deal, I hope President Trump is considering it. He made the announcement on this weekend, Saturday or Sunday it was.
So he may have been talking about you. He may have been talking about you. He may have been talking about you guys? Is that what you're saying when he said that? He's got an outfit that might have a deal?
He may have been, but we got to make a deal happen, though. So we'll see. The deal has to be good. Everyone has to walk away feeling like they didn't win everything. But, I mean, it's a business deal. You don't win everything, but you're going to feel good when you walk away. So everyone needs to walk away from this feeling good. And if there's no deal, there's no deal. But we fought like heck, and we tried hard.
Reid Rasner, I have one more question for you, but I just want to let people know who we're talking to. Reid Rasner, Reid Rasner, founder and CEO of Omnivest Financial and owner of Rasner Media, with a multi-billion-dollar, tens of billions of dollar offer to take TikTok. Here's another interesting thing, or actually a thing where I was like, whoa, Trump, and I love Trump, but he won't be the president forever. Trump recently floated the idea of a joint venture that produces a 50-50 ownership split between the United States and ByteDance. I don't know if that means if you acquire them, that'll be 50-50 with the country.
Yeah.
What's that about? Because, I mean, first of all, I would expect no private company to want to go into business with the United States. Second of all, what is that? I don't understand what that is.
Well, so he wants to create the Sovereign Wealth Fund. So we're calling it the Freedom Fund because I don't like the sounds of Sovereign Wealth Fund. I like that. So the Freedom Fund will be established for President Trump. It was a campaign promise. He wanted it. He'll more than likely get it. Will he get 50% of ByteDance, TikTok America? No. We're offering 5% as a gift to America to establish the Freedom Fund, and get it going. So 5% of our nearly $50 billion bid, $47.45 billion, will go back to the American people to start the Freedom Fund. And we want to make sure that that's earmarked to be spent on Americans, on American soil, hopefully for meaningful infrastructure, because we need those roads, we need clean water, we need new airports, we need meaningful infrastructure in this country. When we don't want that money going overseas in any way. We want it to make sure it impacts America and Americans in a positive way. Will they own 50%? No, I don't think so.
So what I got confused on, and now I understand. So it'll be a fund, but they won't be any control in the ownership if the United States gets 5% or whatever the percentages of the TikTok purchase. Now I understand. Okay, no control.
Well, we certainly don't want the government controlling our social media.
I know. That's I read that. I know.
2020 wasn't a lesson for all of us.
We need to. Here's what I want.
Learn nothing.
Let me propose you a deal. I have a deal for you, sir. This is a new deal. This is an interesting, new, perhaps beautiful thing. Whatever. Let's propose a deal where the Nina Jankowicz, remember her, Scary Poppins? Remember that one? She sent the information. Scary Poppins can oversee TikTok when you buy it. How about that? Come on, who's with me?
Well, we'll see about that, but
Reid,
I can promise you the U.S. government isn't going to be controlling it if I own it.
Listen, I want to thank you. Like this, in a time, for some time now, where billionaires are vilified, I want to thank you for continuing the American dream, for innovation, for investment in this company, and for bringing others up with you. Because people like you inspire me. As far as like you're probably 24/7 on. Lots of awesome stuff. People like myself, I like to watch from you and take notes and be inspired by you. Thank you for what you do for this country to make it drive and to work and to grow. Appreciate you very much.
Thank you, guys. Go out there and do something massive. Change the world and make a lot of money, guys. There's nothing wrong with money.
Here I go. I'm a little bit behind you, though.
There you go.
Thanks, Reid. Appreciate you very much.
Fine.
All right. Thank you very much. Oh, I forgot to ask him, can I borrow a few bucks? No, probably not. Okay. Anyways, that was fun. That was really fun. He might buy TikTok. That was cool. I thought that was very cool. And based on what our conversation was, I think I'm on board with the guy getting it so far. I got no objections. Okay, coming up next, this is Chris Crock, by the way, on AM 560, The Answer, Chicago's Morning Answer. And Dan's back Monday. Coming up next, I want to hit this. We will have enough time, I think, finally. I want to get this in. Mayor, I don't know, is it Lash? Or I don't know how to pronounce his name, but Mayor John Lash in Aurora is under fire because he's one message says you can't do fireworks in Aurora because it's illegal, let alone in the state of Illinois. The other one, he had a public message telling people if you're going to shoot fireworks, shoot them this way. Like, shoot them away from this or that. It was so funny. And then Puff Daddy Diddy, the drawing that makes me laugh so hard was in the Daily Mail, their sketch artist, Puff Daddy's eyes, massive, bulging, and darting like, oh, crap, with lawyers all around him in the courthouse. I'll tell you what I've gleaned so far and where I think this is going from my perch. Chris Crock on Chicago's Morning Answer, AM 560, The Answer.
It's like a hot, steaming cup of information to start your day.